Hey.
$507,000.
Ian, can I get some bad cooking tips?
Oh.
For Thanksgiving dinners?
Vernon.
Just sous vide it.
Bad cooking tips for
the entire thing.
well,
yeah, take your whole meal.
You're definitely going to want to cook your stuffing inside your turkey. But pro tip, if you put the stuffing inside of a beer can inside of the turkey, and then cook it in the microwave, you'll actually get it done a lot faster.
Yeah. A lot of people think that the key to a good turducken is to assemble it going from largest to smallest.
That's quitter talk.
That's quitter talk. You want to do it the other way around.
I like to actually do it as a sausage.
Oh,
so
okay,
you put one in, and then you put that sausage inside a larger sausage case.
Yeah.
Ian, yes. I have a suggestion based on an actual experience I had many, many, many years ago. I don't know if it was for Thanksgiving or Christmas, but my grandma had cooked a turkey, but I think she had finished it way ahead of schedule and wanted to keep it warm. And I don't know why she thought this was a good idea. To wrap it up, she put a black plastic garbage bag around it and left it in the oven when it was like warm. Just warm.
Yeah?
It's a little too warm, and it came out looking like it had been napalmed.
That's good. That's good crispy skin then.
It was really nauseating.
It's like those garbage bags just smell bad by themselves.
Yep. Oh dear.
Ugh.
Well, there's also, Ian, you're familiar with the very useful and convenient way to deep fry your turkey, are you not?
Yes.
Right? So that saves a lot of time and effort. You just get the big deep fryer fillet.
Yeah, you don't need to defrost the turkey first. Just fling that in there.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah. Don't take my punchline.
Another funny turkey story of turkey getting messed up.
In fact, I love Kathleen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mine isn't is not as gross as Alex's, but it was my mom. The first time she was hosting Thanksgiving for like the whole family, like we had just moved to this house that had a like big dining room table, so she like really wanted to host Thanksgiving. And my dad had suggested a recipe that used red wine in the turkey and the stuffing, but my mom had no idea like how much to put in, so she put an entire bottle of red wine into the turkey paste. And but I remember coming downstairs like while she was cooking it, and I'm like, why does the house smell so funny? Because like it was just basically like if you open the oven, you would probably just get plastered and drunk off of the smell of just red wine that just like punched you in the face.
So yeah, what was the turkey purple?
I don't remember. I think we actually we had to run out and get another turkey, and then like we had dinner a little bit late that day. But yeah, it could have been delicious.
That's another great piece of advice. If you find yourself in short time, and your turkey takes, say, you want to put it in there for like 4 hours at 350 or something. All you got to do, 2 hours at 700. That's a neat little trick to really cook it a lot faster.
If you're like me,
2 hours at 900. 450 doubled is 9.
If you were like
me,
I
said 350.
And lived in a country that didn't have ovens. If you want to really, you can actually take it back to the old traditional British turkey, and just boil it for 4 hours. Yeah,
just boil it.
And then cut it again.
Boil it till it turns gray.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you know when it's done.
Just make us.
Oh yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
The face hugger turkey dinner.
Too many wings.
Oh,
awesome.
There's too many wings.
Another
too many wings.
For some reason, my family has a lot of like weird stories with booze in recipes that just get royally messed up. Like one year, so my grandmother always makes tiramisu, and so but like the Italian way to do it is like dump it full of rum basically, and my parents had received a bottle of not Louis the 14th. There was some other really expensive rum that they got for their wedding. And it was basically like these fancy painted bottles that were worth something like $500, something ridiculous. And my grandmother, being this tiny Italian woman who doesn't speak any English, is just like, I'll just look in the liquor cabinet and see what I can find. This looks like rum. And she took out that and she made tiramisu with it. And yeah, my dad said it was
good.
Yeah, my dad was just like, yeah, it was the best tiramisu, whether we wanted it to be or not.
What did she make it with?
I forget the name of the liquor, but it was a really fancy bottle of rum. Like it wasn't Louis the 14th, because that's like
cognac.
That's a really expensive bottle. Yeah, I forget what it's called. But it's like they're hand-painted bottles from Italy or something.
Oh, this is like a $400 bottle of liquor.
Yeah, it was still really expensive. Yeah, and she used like half of it.
Womp womp.
So mine, Kathleen, my other one is, so this is true, is I was cooking Thanksgiving dinner, but we decided that we would have an alternative. Why always have turkey? Turkey's boring.
Sure.
So we decided, we looked up in the gourmet cookbook, my two kids and I, and we found seafood vichyssoise. So we decided to make, which is seafood soup. Yeah. So Bill was reading out a book, I was mixing the stuff, and there was this part in it where you were supposed to put in a quarter cup of brandy, and then the recipe itself actually said, ignite the spirits. So,
oh no.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not smart. So I'm giving my children a lesson on how one doesn't catch the kitchen on fire.
Right.
That this must be careful because we're about to ignite the spirits. I overpour the brandy.
Oh no.
And I light it, and it's a big flat round pan. And it's in the 80s, so I'm wearing hairspray. And I managed to fry off my eyelashes, my eyebrows, and my bangs.
Wow.
I put my face out with the oven mitts, and forevermore my children only remembered that as the Thanksgiving mummy set herself on fire. So you could try that.
Good.